Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Hope you're all doing well. My name is Annie and today I will be sharing with you my thoughts on MAMAMOO's 10th mini album Travel. This was definitely a highly anticipated album for me and it has been almost a month since it came out, and since then I have been listening to it over and over again because first and foremost, spoiler alert, it is a really great album. And secondly, I am a big fan of MAMAMOO. And also, it had been almost a year since they had released an album. So the last album previous to this one was Reality in Black with the title track Hip, which was a huge banger at the time. And still today, it's a huge song and I freaking love it. And it was so different for MAMAMOO as well. And so this new album came like a year almost afterwards, and so my anticipation for it was an all-time high. I was so excited for this album. And of course the members of MAMAMOO had released solo projects and other collaborations, but because they have very individual styles, they have their own unique concepts and everything, it wasn't the same thing as having MAMAMOO together. It was amazing to see them explore their careers as soloists, but it's also great to see them come back together as a group, as one, as MAMAMOO. And so, as I was listening to all of the songs, I must say that I was really surprised because, as a fan of theirs for the longest time, seeing them evolve with every single new release and seeing them also experiment with their sound and their type of songs that they do and evolve all throughout it. And it feels like every single one of their releases manages to surprise me so freaking much every single time. It still hasn't happened that I didn't like one of their albums, and so I had really high hopes for this one, and I must say I was not disappointed at all. And so actually I did ask you on my community tab what you wanted to see next, and most of you said G Friends' While Purchase Night album review first. And then all of a sudden there was this drastic change and it went to MAMAMOO's album review of their album Travel. And so I wrote down both, but I will start out with MAMAMOO. And I will be filming G Friends' right after this one, but I will edit this one first and post it first, so that is probably why you are watching this review first. And actually, they did release this album almost a month ago, and I only received the physical copy for it today. Here is. It's so freaking good. I freaking love the material of the physical copy. I freaking love the album, and it is the same type of concept like with the thing like their other albums. I thought about doing an album unboxing, but I know that most people like to see those when the album comes out, but because it has been a long time since it came out, I don't think it is like necessary. But with this album I ordered a bunch of others, and I just noticed now that I forgot to order G Friends' album While Purchase Night because I made like two order batches, so I still have like on and off spin-off album. Then I have Blackpink's album as well, the album, which is huge. I didn't think it was that big. Then we have Twice's album, which is amazing, and then we have Luna's album as well. Freaking love it. And yeah, and I have the poster for this one as well because I did pre-order it. So yeah, I'm so happy to have all of those albums, and especially because lately, as I have been having a lot of issues managing my time, as in work, in my full-time job, I have been having a lot of new projects that are rather stressful, and what helps me quite a lot is just listening to all of those albums and like do unboxings to new albums that I order and stuff like that. It just takes my mind off of work, and also writing down the album reviews and being focused on the music side and everything. It really helps me a lot. And so if you do enjoy those videos, you can tell me in the comments down below and I will do more of them because I do freaking love doing so, and I will continue to do album reviews. I still have, like I said, MAMAMOO, G-Friend, then I have Twice's album review that I already filmed, then BTS's album review as well. So a bunch of new album reviews to come. I have The Boys, On and Off and everything, and then it will be like Christmas and everything, and I will be making like my ranking of my favorite songs of 2020. More and more content to come. But now going back to Mamamoo's album because that is the reason why you clicked on this video. So Mamamoo, this new mini album Travel, has 5 tracks in the digital version on Spotify, but the physical version has actually 7 tracks because we have Dinga as well and Wanna Be Myself as well, but it is only on the physical version. And so we have in total, so we have Travel, Dinga, Aya, Chuck, Diamond, Good Night, and Wanna Be Myself, which actually Wanna Be Myself was commercial or sort of a song that they released in collaboration with a brand. And so for today's video, I will mainly be focusing on the songs that I haven't talked about before. So I already made a video on it, link will be in the description. The same goes for Wanna Be Myself as well as Dinga. And so we still have Travel, Truck, Diamond, and Good Night to talk about. And it's already a super lengthy video, so I'm hoping that I will be able to concise a little bit my thoughts because I wrote down quite a lot. So the first song on this album is Travel, and it actually has the name of the album. It shares the same name. And so you might think that the entirety of the album will be the same type of concept or will deal with the same type of message as this album does, but it's not at all the case. Every single song on this album, all 5 songs or 7 songs, are very, very different from one another, and they experiment quite a lot with every single one of the songs. And so going back to Travel, this one is very refreshing. It's like a pop retro type of song without going overboard. I feel like in the spectrum of the 80s retro concept that we have seen in 2020, Travel is like just a tiny bit, and then we have like all at the end of the spectrum we have G Friends' Michael, which was like so freaking retro, so freaking amazing. But Travel is a little bit less than that. It doesn't go all out into the retro, but it is so freaking good as well because it has this very refreshing vibe to it. It really is perfect to listen to while you go on a road trip with your friends, and it is actually the message of the song because they are clearly saying they want to leave everything behind and travel and go far away. And it is actually the first sentence of the chorus of saying we're gonna travel far away, and it makes you really want to sing along because it has a very, very catchy chorus, amazing vocals by the members as per usual. They're very smooth, and it has a nice contrast with Moonbir's rap verses in a very low register all throughout the song. And I freaking love having that side by side, the amazing vocals, amazing one-liners by Moonbird. It just sounds so freaking good. We have the acoustic guitar all throughout the song. The bridge is very soothing, very calm, and then it picks up with the chorus. It's so freaking beautiful, and I feel like it is a beautiful introduction to this album with a smoother sort of song that is still very energetic because we have the vocals of the members carrying the song. It is still a very groovy song, but with a calmer tempo. It doesn't go all out very like over the top. It is just enough, and it's like perfect to just go on a road trip and listen to the song. And I don't know why, but it makes me feel a little bit nostalgic. It feels like almost they are recalling the times that they could go on a road trip with their friends and have fun in that way, and now they are wanting to go back and they want to leave all their fears and anxiety behind and just go travel far away. And that I freaking love. It is such a great song in this album. Then we have Aya, which is so freaking different from MAMAMOO, I feel like, with the flute and the fact that the overall message is so freaking different from all the other songs on the album as well. So especially when you compare to Travel. So actually something that I did forget to mention in my video, my reaction review to Aya, to the MV, was that actually the entire meaning of the song that they actually shared and explained on GT YouTube channel. They did an interview together, and they were explaining that the song was about this breakup, but they are just not that sad about the breakup at all, and they are feeling pretty strong about it, and like they only share a single tear, and that's it. And I thought that it was like they will only shed a tear in front of that person because they don't want to show that they are hurt. But it's not at all the case. It's more on the badass side of being like, I will only shed a single tear for you because we're not longer together. It's like, oh, so freaking badass. Then we have Truck, and at first I must say I was a little bit confused about the name of the song, and I looked it up, and actually apparently Truck, in the way that it's pronounced, may resemble the way they say pretending, and the overall song is about this relationship in which they keep pretending that everything is fine when it's not at all the case, and they keep on fighting and everything, and they just want to stop pretending and just be real and be like, okay, let's end it here. It doesn't need to go any further than this, and let's not continue to hurt each other. And so I did really enjoy the fact that they play with the words and even have the name of the song made it seem like it was the name of like a person, Truck, and is actually like a reference to something else entirely. And the way they use it all throughout the song, I thought it was so freaking creative. It is so freaking different from all the songs that I have listened to by MAMAMOO. I feel like at the very least is a very new type of song. It feels very experimental for MAMAMOO, especially the chorus. When the chorus hits with the I Love Myself by Solar, holy shit, it is such a banging chorus. I freaking love it. And although at first I was like, okay, I love the melody, it's very, very interesting, but I was not really expecting it from MAMAMOO. And like I mentioned in the very beginning of the video, I feel like every single time that MAMAMOO releases a new album, new songs, I'm always surprised by the end result. It is something so new, and they never do the same thing twice. They keep on experimenting and changing. Of course, we will have powerful vocals, amazing rap verses, and everything, but the way they create the song, the way they execute it, it's very different every single time, and I freaking love. I really love Yin's airy vocals, Hwasa's raspy voice, in contrast with Sola's voice that is much clear and like very like hard hitting every single time. Even when she's singing the chorus and she tries to add more air to it, she nails it, of course, but it's not the same vibe and same tone. And so the contrast between Ween's and Hwasa's tone with Sola just sounds so freaking good, especially when the chorus hits. The raspiness of Hwasa, holy shit, it's so freaking good, especially in the bridge, which is much lower, I feel like, and calmer, and then pop, the contrast of the powerful chorus is so freaking intense. I freaking love Moonbyu's rap verse. It feels almost like it's a little bit angry. It feels like she's really trying to explain how she doesn't want to be in this relationship anymore. Light comes in through the window, you're my light, the light blinds me. I close my eyes, I'm tired of saying sorry, recurring note, warfare. I hate everything about you now. When I eat rice, put it inside. It's sarcastic to pretend it's okay. The temperature difference between day and night. The ending story between you and me. I freaking love this rap verse. It's so freaking good. And their vocals just sound amazing. I just love it. So the next song on the album is called Diamond, and it is a song that is once more completely different from all the others on the album, and also very experimental. It feels like the members of MAMAMOO are really trying a new concept, a new style for this song. This song is definitely extremely sensual, sultry, and mysterious. It has that vibe from the very beginning when you have Sola just saying in a very like low voice they were looking for diamonds and they ended up. And it just sets really well the mood for the rest of the song. And even the lyrics are extremely central. I'm not one to have the best analysis of lyrics from songs, but this one is pretty straightforward. And the way they are saying, my night is long and my road is long, there is no way to know what's within me. I'm done, I have a plan, I hold the answer in my hand, I got a fountain I couldn't dry. You're ready? I got my own diamond. So tell me when you're ready. Join me with no worry. We belong together now. Unbelievable things will come. So leave everything behind. And then we have the Diamonda. And even the way they pronounce the letters, it's so freaking sexy. I'll go first, so call me when you come. Catch me if you can, diamond, diamond, you find that diamond, it's done, diamond, yeah. Holy shit. And then the rest of the lyrics are pretty much in the same type of style. And I find this song to be so freaking different. We have lower vocals from the members, we have airy vocals, especially from Yin, she's known for that. We have the husky vocals of Hwasa, the very clean cut vocals of Sola, but still at the same time adding this sort of roughness to them, which makes it all the much more sexy and everything. And I just enjoyed it quite a lot. The pre chorus is like magical. From the very beginning, the notes and everything, it's so freaking central. Even the instrumental, the way they have the layers of instrumental is very minimalistic in the very beginning, but then it just adds more and more. It's like so. This part adds a little bit of sweetness to it. And so it creates this very mysterious atmosphere all throughout the song, especially the pre chorus, that is so freaking enjoyable. But at first, when you first listen to it, you're just caught by surprise by how different it all is. I really love Moonbyu's rap, especially with Ween's vocals on top of it. At some points, it really adds the contrast to it. It's so freaking good. And although it is a slower track compared to all of the songs on the album, well, the next one is very slow as well. It really carries a lot of tension, a lot of sensuality to it. So the next song and last song of the album is a ballad, and it is Good Night. So with Mom, we can all expect to have a very powerful ballad with lots of emotions, and so this one is definitely that. They are such amazing vocalists, and they prove that with all the songs that we talked about so far. And so having this last one being like the cherry on top with a perfect sort of ballad. I freaking love how in the very beginning of the song we have the muffled piano and the birds singing. And so it creates this entire atmosphere of being like really stripped down with the instrumental, just like the piano, their vocals, and just focusing on what they are creating, this very soothing song. It's just so freaking beautiful. And just the melody with the piano overall is so soothing and beautiful. And then you add their vocals on top and it just makes it so freaking amazing to listen to. I really love Ween's vocals and Hwasa for the first verse, and they have like very sultry voices because they are going the lower register and they add a lot of air, so it adds a lot of texture to their vocals. Sola adds a lot more of power to the song because she has a very clear voice as well. The harmonies are super beautiful, especially the pre-chorus with Sola. It is so stripped down. You only have the piano and her voice. The harmonies that they are added for the pre-chorus, I believe it is the pre-chorus, just adds more power because we have with Sola's voice a little bit of more energy and power to the song, and then harmonies tack, and then you know that it's going to be the chorus. And then with Ween's beautiful, beautiful voice, we have the chorus, and this time around we have more instruments being added. We have the piano, the bass, I think. Um, they were like the guitar and a little bit of the drums. And it just sounds so freaking beautiful. I love the melody change for the bridge as well. Moonbyul's rap, especially when they have songs that are much more like stripped down. You might think for a rap verse you have to have like a huge song and then have like sort of a beat drop and have then the rap verse and be super huge and loud, but you can clearly like listen to the rap skills of a rapper when you only have like a guitar or only have like a piano and focus on their rapping. It's just so freaking beautiful, and Moonbyul proves it once more in this song how freaking good she is. We have Moonbyul singing for this song, and then there's like a sort of melody change for the bridge, and then we actually only have Ween singing a cappella, just her voice, and she sounds so freaking good. A lot of air in her voice. It's very soothing, very calming, as it is a song that has loads and loads of ups and downs in the dynamics of it. We have moments that are much stronger, moments that are very calm, especially at the very beginning. It almost takes you in like a voyage of some sorts from beginning to the end of the song. And it's really a beautiful way to end the album with such a soothing ballad. It's very calm and just makes you feel good, and then you continue with Travel again, and it feels like you are beginning this road trip all together, and the album in itself makes you feel like you are going in this road trip and you're going through different phases of having the road trip itself, feeling really excited to go on this road trip and wanting to travel far away from everything that you leave behind, then having something more badass about breakup, not wanting to pretend anymore, want to be yourself, want to feel empowered and central and everything, and then we end again with a very soothing ballad of like good night, like it's the end of the trip almost, and I freaking love it. So this album from MAMAMOO, as expected in a way, just blew me away. I do really love the songs that are in it. I love how different they are, how experimental they decided to go with all of those different songs. Vocally speaking, is so freaking good, as you can expect with MAMAMOO. I freaking love their voices. I love the texture of their voices and how they utilize it for every single song. All the members shine so freaking much, and they are able to showcase their strengths with every single one of the songs. And so all the songs really utilize well the strengths of every single one of the members. Like it has been like 6 years since they debuted, so they know really well how to utilize their voices, what they want to do with them, had texture to it when it's needed, had it power. So it's really, really, really well balanced and so freaking good to listen to. As a Mumu, I'm well pleased about this album, and I just love how experimental and creative it is. And we can be sure that with MAMAMOO's songs, you can never expect to have the same release twice. They might have the same sort of concept or the same sort of genre that they prefer for an era of their career, but they always try to change or show how much they have improved or show different sides of their musicality, and that I freaking love about them. So if I had to rank all the songs on this album, I would say it's very complicated. I would go with Good Night, Aya, Travel, Chuck, and Diamond. Yeah, I think when it comes to like listening to a song over and over again. I feel like good night. Well, it really depends. It's really complicated. So I will keep my ranking like I just said, but depending on my mood, I think I will always find a song from this album that I would enjoy in no matter what situation that I might be in. So that I do really, really like. Okay, so guys, those are overall my thoughts on this album. I really am expecting and I'm really curious to know yours in the comments down below. I invite you to do the same. Tell me like the order of your favorite albums. You can tell me also which song is your favorite from the album, if you have a favorite. Which song from like MAMAMOO can you say it's your favorite song from their entire discography? I really want to know it. If you can share it in the comments down below, it will mean a whole lot to me. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it. So don't forget to share, like and subscribe, and even click that little bell icon so you are notified whenever I post new videos. In the meantime guys, take care of yourself and I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye!